Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Pages and Me. My name is Jolien and in this video we are going to wrap up the books that I read in May. I have here my reading journal because I don't have all the books anymore, and I also read a lot of audiobooks. So yeah, I will look in my reading journal and we will just go through them. So first of all, these were the books on my May TBR. The books that I didn't read were Seeker, still here behind me. We Are Blood and Thunder. I have started it. It's over there, you can see it, and I think I'm almost halfway. And then this was an ebook, Reaper at the Gates. I have started and I think I'm 1/3 into the book, but I haven't finished it in May. So then we go farther. I have read The Red Room, De Rode Kamer, and I gave it 3 stars, but even though I have read it, it wasn't something for me to keep because I know I will never read it again. I didn't enjoy it that much. I find it very weird. So it was a no for me, and it is going out of my shelves. Then the next book I read was another ebook. This was World After, and this is in the Angelfall trilogy from Susan E. I gave it 4 stars, and I want to know how it's ends. I think I also have the next book on my e-reader, so maybe I will read that one as well. Then the next book I read was a physical book, and it is an omnibus that I read. I read the first one, The IJzerkoning, so the Iron King, and the Iron Face series from Julie Kagawa. So yeah, you see here a little tab. Here starts the second book. I read the first book, and I have to say I'm not sure if I want to keep this. I did say to myself, because I have book 1 through 4, maybe I should read book 2 and then see if I like it or not, because book 1 is just very weird. I don't know, really hard to explain, but it made me kind of think about, should I DNF this and on the whole series, but since I found those all secondhand, and maybe I will read book 2 and then see if I want to read the other ones. Then the next book I read was this one, Psycho Devils by Jasmine Maz, and I have to say there is like something in here happens, and that is a really big trigger, so be careful of that. I would say it's not something I would ever had thought to see. I know it would eventually happen, but not like that. Yeah, she got forced to have schmacks with someone, and it wasn't on her own terms, and they had to do it publicly, and yeah, that was a big no for me. But other than that, yeah, she finds out like she's an angel. I mean, come on. Yeah, she's actually an angel and not just an elf. So we have this one over here. I gave that book 4 stars, and I said as a note in my reading journal, kind of freaky. Then I finished this one, Stad van Vallen Engelen. It's book 4 in the Mortal Instruments, from the Cassandra Clare, like the Shadowhunters universe. I gave it 3.5 stars. I'm just I wasn't really with it anymore. Yeah, I think like I got lost in this book. I wasn't really with it anymore, so that's kind of sad, I have to say. Then I read this one, Make Me a Monster. This one got picked by the spinning wheel. When I read every 5 books that I read, I get to spin the spinning wheel and we read one of the books that I newly bought this year, or the books that I got more excited about, and then it was this one that got picked. I gave this 3.5 stars, and I even cried a little bit because this is about that, and she loves her family and her friends so much. It is based on the Frankenstein story, so yeah, even the ending, it took me. So I think people would not love it, but like it a lot. So yeah. Then the next book was an audiobook, The Whispering Skull, and that is actually from Lockwood & Co. I have book 1 physically. I read that like 2 months ago, loved it. Then I found The Whispering Skull on YouTube for free. Gave it 3.5 stars because it's just weird. Yeah, I think it's normal with paranormal and ghost and stuff like that. I found it very weird. I think I also, well, I know I started the Netflix series, Lockwood & Co, but and I know I think I saw that one, but maybe not completely. That's series, like episode 1 I saw, 2 maybe, not completely, I think, but yeah. The next book was also an audiobook, was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. So that's about Harry Potter's children. Give it 3 stars, and that's because there are definitely plot holes. You see in a very short time his oldest son, I think, go from 1 through year 7. Very weird. Not very logical, I think, also, but it's also like written like a screenplay, so yeah. Then the next book I read was Offergave, Last Sacrifice, I think it is in English, and I gave it 4 stars, and I loved like everything about it. Almost everything. One thing I didn't like is that they lost their like shadow kissed connection, but everything else was like completely how I wanted. They each one of them got their like happy ending. Well, the main characters got their happy ending, the other ones not so much, but yeah, I love that one. Then I have read this one, An Arrow to the Moon. This one was actually for how did it get chosen? By the Bookapoli, and this one was for a romance book, and I think this was the only romance book I had on my TBR shelf. I loved that it was so short of a chapter, but it got in a repeat, and families just hate each other for I think no reason. But yeah, oh my gosh, I have ruined. Oh my god, I have no idea how, but now I have like a little rip in here. This is also normally a Fairy Loot edition with a signed. It was signed. I bought this on Vinted secondhand. I have no idea. With blue spread edges. I found it the back very interesting, and I kind of did get disappointed. I gave it 3 stars, so I expected more. The next book I listened to was Body of Evidence, that is by Patricia Cornwell, and I have some of her books physical. And I decided, because I read like book 14 and the Kay Scarpetta series that where you follow her, and then I said maybe I should start with book number 1. Now I've read book number 2. I gave it 2 stars. It was just some random guy chose his victims because they got from the airport. Very weird. Also not very logical how they got him. So yeah. That does make me think that I should like unhaul the other books that I have of her, because I didn't read like the book that I read, and I didn't like the ones I have read listened to now. So maybe I should unhaul that one. Well, the 4 or 5 books I have of her. Yeah. Then I read this one, Hartstocht. It's book 3.5 in the Royals series, and here we see like the past of Gideon and Savannah, and in the end, yeah, you choose between the present and the past, and they get their happy ending. Well, at least they got together again. So yeah. And the last book was this one, Borrow My Heart, from Casey West. This is about dogs and cats and the animal shelter, which I loved, and also about 2 guys who want to be popular online, like go viral, and I hated that. I hated the betrayal that was in there, but I did love the dogs. So how many stars did I give this? I gave this even 4 stars. Crazy you guys. So yeah, I read in total 13 books and 4,970 pages, so I am really proud of myself, and I am happy that these books now can go off the shelves. Well, this one for book 2 will be back here, finished. Finish this one as well. These were actually on my June TBR, which I just read the last 2 days in May, because I wanted to get through some books faster. I want to read some shorter ones, so I did that. So yeah, I am really happy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.